That is perhaps the principal reason he turned out the way he did. He was always a good kid and he never considered him his father. Mayberry felt eternal, but by 2026, the world Andy Griffith built has long since gone silent. When the cameras stopped rolling, his family faced a life far removed from America's most comforting TV town. Fame opened doors, but it also cast long shadows behind the scenes. So, what really happened to Andy Griffith's family after Mayberry faded into memory? Dixie Griffith. As of 2026, Dixie Griffith stands as the most prominent and widely recognized member of the Griffith family, a figure whose public persona is deeply intertwined with the enduring legacy of her father, Andy Griffith. Born to Andy and his first wife, Barbara Bray Edwards, Dixie grew up surrounded by the warmth, charm, and moral values that would come to define her father's work on The Andy Griffith Show and his broader contributions to American entertainment. From an early age, Dixie was acutely aware of her unique position within a family whose name had become a cultural touchstone. Rather than shying away from the public spotlight, she embraced it, recognizing the responsibility and privilege that came with being the custodian of her father's legacy. Dixie's approach to her father's fame has always been characterized by authenticity and warmth. Unlike many celebrity children who retreat from the public eye or capitalize purely on their parents' name, Dixie has made it her mission to connect with fans on a personal level, keeping the spirit of her father alive in ways that feel intimate and genuine. She is a mainstay at major Mayberry events, most notably the annual Mayberry Days Festival in Mount Airy, North Carolina, the real-life inspiration for the fictional town of Mayberry. Each year, thousands of fans gather to celebrate the wholesome humor and simple life ideals that the Andy Griffith Show championed. And Dixie serves as both host and storyteller. Attendees describe her presence as magnetic yet approachable. She has an uncanny ability to make each fan feel as though they are sharing a private moment with someone who truly lived through the Mayberry magic. She recounts anecdotes from her childhood, painting vivid portraits of her father, not just as a television icon, but as a loving human figure whose kindness extended far beyond the screen. These stories, often humorous, sometimes tender, highlight her father's generosity, his sense of humor, and the genuine affection he had for his family and community. Professionally, Dixie has parlayed her intimate understanding of her father's work and the world of Mayberry into a successful career in entertainment. She has served as executive producer on several projects that directly celebrate and explore the legacy of Andy Griffith. Among her most notable achievements is the 2021 feature film Mayberry Man, which sought to recapture the charm and humor of the original series while offering modern audiences a behind-the-scenes look at the enduring fan culture surrounding it. Following the film's success, Dixie helped oversee the 2024 television adaptation, a series that delves even deeper into the fan experience, highlighting conventions, local events, and the personal stories of viewers whose lives were influenced by her father's work. Her executive decisions consistently reflect a careful balance, honoring the nostalgic elements beloved by longtime fans while innovating enough to engage newer audiences. Through these projects, Dixie has demonstrated not only business acumen, but also a deep respect for the values her father espoused: humility, compassion, and community. Dixie's impact extends beyond film and television. She is an advocate for preserving family and small-town values, often speaking publicly about the ways in which her father's work embodied the importance of kindness, integrity, and interpersonal connection. In interviews, she emphasizes that Andy Griffith's appeal was never solely about comedy or entertainment. It was about the human experience and the subtle power of empathy and humor to connect people. Fans and colleagues alike frequently praise Dixie for her down-to-earth demeanor and her willingness to engage with people across generations. From lifelong devotees of Mayberry to young viewers discovering her father's work for the first time, her approachability is often cited as one of her most endearing qualities. She eschews the trappings of celebrity in favor of personal engagement, whether at conventions, fan meet and greets, or charity events. Beyond her public engagements, Dixie has also taken steps to document and archive her father's legacy, ensuring that future generations can access an authentic record of his life and career. She has worked closely with historians, entertainment artists, and biographers, providing personal insights, photographs, and memorabilia that enrich the public's understanding of Andy Griffith's contributions. Griffith's kind. This dedication has notably reinforced her position as the family's primary custodian, but has also earned her respect within academic and professional circles that study television history and American popular culture. Despite the pressures that often accompany such a public role, Dixie has remained remarkably consistent in her values. She is widely admired for her integrity and humility, never leveraging her father's name for superficial gain. Instead, her work consistently reflects a deeper purpose, celebrating a man who touched millions of lives through laughter, storytelling, and moral example while ensuring that his influence endures. Those who know her personally often note that she embodies many of the qualities her father championed: patience, generosity, and a natural inclination to bring people together. In addition to her professional accomplishments, Dixie's life is marked by a commitment to community and mentorship. She frequently participates in charitable initiatives, particularly those that support children, education, and the arts. By connecting her philanthropic work to her father's legacy, she reinforces the broader cultural values that Andy Griffith represented: a belief in the importance of nurturing human potential and fostering a sense of belonging. Cindy Knight Griffith. As the third wife and widow of the legendary actor Andy Griffith, Cindy occupies a position that is both highly respected and quietly influential. Unlike some members of the family who maintain a high-profile presence in media and fan events, Cindy's approach has always been characterized by discretion, privacy, and a steadfast commitment to preserving the dignity of her late husband's legacy. Yet her reserved demeanor does not diminish her significance. Within the Griffith family and among those who knew Andy personally, Cindy is widely acknowledged as the stabilizing force and unwavering partner who stood beside him for nearly 3 decades. Cindy's early life and career laid the foundation for the qualities she would bring to her marriage with Andy. A former actress and teacher, she first crossed paths with Andy on the set of Murder in Coweta County, a connection that sparked a lifelong partnership. Those who knew the couple often note the seamless balance she brought to Andy's life. Her calm temperament, intelligence, and grounded nature complemented his celebrity persona, allowing him to navigate both the public spotlight and the pressures of fame with a steady hand. Their union, which lasted nearly 30 years until Andy's passing, was marked by mutual respect, quiet devotion, and a shared commitment to family values. By 2026, Cindy has embraced a life that is notably private. Residing primarily in Tooka Lake, California, while also overseeing the family's estate on Roanoke Island, North Carolina, her management of the North Carolina property is meticulous and reflective of her dedication to preserving the environments that were meaningful to Andy. She has taken care to maintain the balance between accessibility for family and the public and the privacy necessary to honor the Griffith legacy in a respectful and dignified manner. While her discretion means she rarely seeks public attention, those who meet her often remark on her warmth, intelligence, and the quiet strength she exudes, a strength that was particularly evident during the later years of Andy's life when he faced numerous health challenges. Cindy's role in supporting Andy through his health struggles, including his battle with Guillain-Barré syndrome, cannot be overstated. Friends and family alike credit her with providing not only physical care, but also emotional stability during periods of significant vulnerability. She was a constant presence, ensuring that Andy received the treatment, attention, and reassurance he needed, all while maintaining the equilibrium of their household and personal lives. In many ways, she functioned as the unseen anchor of the Griffith family, the steady force that allowed Andy to continue his work and public appearances without undue strain or worry. Her dedication extended beyond the immediate family, influencing those in Andy's professional circle who came to rely on her calm and pragmatic guidance. Despite her preference for privacy, Cindy's decisions have occasionally drawn public scrutiny. Notably, she faced controversy over the demolition of a smaller home on the Roanoke Island property, a move that initially sparked concern among local residents and preservationists. However, over time, the community came to appreciate her rationale and intentions, recognizing that her actions were guided by a desire to maintain the estate responsibly rather than for personal gain. Through her subsequent engagement in private philanthropic initiatives and community support efforts, Cindy gradually earned widespread respect. She has quietly contributed to local charities and educational programs, often without public acknowledgement, reflecting a pattern of giving that is consistent with her character: meaningful, discreet, and effective. Cindy's influence within the Griffith family is profound, though rarely overt. She has long served as a moral and emotional compass, offering guidance and perspective to both her immediate family and extended relatives. Her measured approach to family matters, combined with her intimate knowledge of Andy's wishes and values, positions her as an indispensable steward of the Griffith legacy. While Dixie Griffith and other family members are more publicly visible, it is Cindy's discretion, judgment, and quiet authority that often shape how the family navigates media attention, public appearances, and the preservation of Andy Griffith's life work. Her life in Tooka Lake reflects this dedication to quietude and reflection. Away from the constant gaze of the public, she continues to curate the family's private archives, maintain personal relationships with close friends and collaborators of Andy's, and oversee the estate in North Carolina with careful attention. These endeavors are carried out with a sense of humility and respect, highlighting her commitment to both her late husband and the broader Griffith family. Colleagues and friends often note that Cindy's greatest strength lies not in visibility, but in reliability, discretion, and unwavering support, qualities that have earned her lasting admiration. Cindy's personal ethos is also evident in her philanthropic work. While not widely publicized, she has contributed to causes that reflect the values Andy championed: community, education, and support for the vulnerable. By focusing in substantive behind-the-scenes contributions, she continues to make a meaningful impact without seeking recognition, embodying a principle that was central to Andy's life, that one's character is measured by actions rather than accolades. In many ways, Cindy Knight Griffith represents the enduring heart of the Griffith family. A figure whose quiet strength, intelligence, and compassion ensure that Andy Griffith's legacy is preserved with dignity and authenticity. She demonstrates that influence is not solely determined by public visibility. Her stewardship of family affairs, dedication to philanthropic causes, and role as the emotional anchor for those closest to Andy illustrate the profound effect one can have through presence, judgment, and unwavering support. Abigail Griffith and the grandchildren are among Andy Griffith's grandchildren. The children of his daughter Dixie Griffith are increasingly viewed as the torchbearers of the family's legacy. They inhabit a unique space firmly rooted in their grandfather's enduring influence yet largely removed from the public pressures of Hollywood or fan culture. Among them, Abigail Griffith has emerged as the most recognized, capturing the attention of fans and media alike due to her striking resemblance to a young Ron Howard who famously portrayed Opie Taylor on The Andy Griffith Show. This uncanny likeness has become a focal point for discussions among fans of the classic series, sparking both nostalgia and admiration for the Griffith family's continuity across generations. Abigail, along with her sisters, embodies a living connection to Andy Griffith's personal life. While the grandchildren have not pursued careers in entertainment, their presence at significant family events underscores the ongoing vitality of the Griffith lineage. They have been photographed and featured in tribute videos and documentaries, especially during the celebrations surrounding Andy Griffith's 100th birth anniversary in 2026. These appearances, though rare and carefully managed, highlight the family's commitment to honoring their patriarch's legacy in ways that feel intimate and genuine. In these moments, Abigail is frequently noted for her calm, poised demeanor, reflecting the balance of humility and grace that has come to define the family's approach to public engagement. Fans often describe Abigail as a bridge between the past and present, a tangible reminder of the man who brought warmth, humor, and integrity into millions of living rooms. Her physical resemblance to Ron Howard is more than a mere curiosity. It evokes a deep sense of continuity, connecting the fictional Mayberry world to the real-life family who inspired it. Social media accounts dedicated to the Griffith legacy regularly feature images of Abigail and her sisters, often accompanied by captions celebrating Andy's life, values, and enduring impact. In this context, the grandchildren serve as living embodiment of the personal side of Andy Griffith, reminding fans that the man behind the screen was not just a cultural icon, but a devoted father, grandfather, and family man. Despite their occasional presence in public or online spaces, Abigail and her sisters are deliberately private. Unlike their Aunt Dixie, who has embraced the public role of family custodian, the grandchildren have largely issued the spotlight. They attend milestone events, weddings, anniversaries, and commemorative gatherings primarily out of familial loyalty and a desire to honor tradition rather than any aspiration for fame. Their preference for privacy reflects a generational shift in how the Griffith family engages with the public. While Andy and his contemporaries operated in an era of broad national celebrity, the younger generation prioritizes personal life, education, and community involvement, only selectively engaging with fans and media. Abigail's popularity among fans, however, has fostered a gentle, affectionate recognition. Online communities and fan pages often highlight her as a next-generation OPI, a symbol of innocence, charm, and the continuity of family values. This recognition, while flattering, has not translated into professional endeavors in entertainment. The Griffith grandchildren have consistently chosen paths outside Hollywood, demonstrating a conscious effort to craft their own identity separate from the weight of their grandfather's fame. In interviews and public statements made to be family members, it is emphasized that the grandchildren's significance lies not in celebrity, but in their role as the living link to Andy Griffith's personal history. A connection that brings authenticity and relatability to stories and memories shared by fans around the world. The grandchildren's presence also plays a crucial role in family cohesion. Dixie Griffith frequently shares moments with Abigail and her sisters on social media, portraying everyday interactions, family gatherings, and personal milestones. These posts are widely shared and celebrated, offering a rare glimpse into the private joys and traditions of a family often defined by its public legacy. Through these depictions, Abigail becomes not only a symbol of continuity, but also a reflection of the values her grandfather cherished: kindness, humility, and a strong sense of familial loyalty. In addition to visual similarities to Ron Howard, Abigail is noted for her personality traits, which echo those often attributed to her grandfather. Observers note her gentle, thoughtful nature, a subtle sense of humor, and an innate warmth when interacting with family and close friends. These characteristics, while personal rather than performative, further endear her to fans and contribute to the perception that the Griffith spirit has passed seamlessly to the next generation. Her sisters similarly are recognized for their composure and grace, complementing Abigail's presence and collectively representing the family's enduring commitment to decorum, empathy, and personal integrity. The 2026 centennial celebrations of Andy Griffith's birth have further cemented Abigail's role as a visible representative of the family's heritage. During these events, which included public tributes, fan gatherings, and archival showcases, Abigail and her sisters were present to honor their grandfather. Their participation, though understated, was meaningful, highlighting both their respect for tradition and their understanding of the significance of their grandfather's impact. The grandchildren, by appearing in these contexts, reinforce the ongoing relevance of Andy Griffith's work, showing that the values of Mayberry, community, honesty, humor, and heart are still embodied in those who bear his lineage. In essence, Abigail Griffith and her siblings function as the guardians of the family's continuity, not through fame or career pursuits, but through presence, example, and the quiet power of personal connection. They allow fans to witness a tangible continuation of Andy Griffith's life and values, ensuring that his legacy is not merely preserved in film and television, but also embodied in living memory. Social media glimpses, family appearances, and participation in milestone events all contribute to the perception that the Griffith family is thriving, with Abigail serving as a focal point for this intergenerational bridge. While they do not actively cultivate public profiles, Abigail and her sisters offer fans a profound sense of intimacy with the Griffith family. They are reminders that Andy Griffith was more than a screen legend. He was a grandfather, father, and human being whose personal values have been passed down. In this capacity, Abigail is more than just the granddaughter of a television icon. She is a symbol of legacy, a living testament to the principles her grandfather embodied, and a figure who allows fans through her presence to feel a connection to both the past and the present. Andy Griffith Jr., Sam Griffith. Even decades after his passing, Andy Griffith Jr., known to family and friends as Sam Griffith, remains a poignant figure within the Griffith family narrative. As the only son of legendary actor Andy Griffith, Sam occupied a unique and deeply personal place in his father's life. Born into a family whose name had become synonymous with warmth, humor, and wholesomeness, Sam's existence was marked by both public attention and profound private complexity. While the world primarily recognized Andy as a figure of television and film, Sam's life story reminds us that behind the public persona was a father navigating both love and grief, celebrating joy and enduring loss in equal measure. Sam Griffith pursued a career outside the entertainment industry, choosing the field of real estate development as his professional path. In doing so, he sought to carve out a distinct identity apart from the enormous shadow cast by his father's fame. Friends and colleagues remember him as ambitious, intelligent, and driven, with a keen eye for business and an appreciation for creating tangible results in the world around him. His professional life, though largely separate from Hollywood, was nevertheless reflective of a desire to leave his own mark. A pursuit often complicated by the weight of legacy and expectation that accompanies the child of a cultural icon. Tragically, Sam's life was cut short at the age of 38 when passed away in 1996. His death following a struggle with substance abuse left an indelible mark in the Griffith family. Andy Griffith, who had spent much of his life embodying the values of patience, kindness, and integrity on screen, faced one of his greatest personal challenges off-screen: the deep grief of losing a child. The anguish he felt over Sam's passing was profound and enduring, often referenced in biographies, documentaries, and retrospective accounts of his life. Friends, co-stars, and journalists have recounted the private moments of sorrow and reflection that defined this period, portraying a father grappling with the fragility of life, the complexities of familial relationships, and the limitations of fame in shielding loved ones from personal struggle. Sam's story has not only shaped the Griffith family's private history, but has also influenced how the family engages with the public in matters of health, wellness, and substance abuse awareness. In the decades since his passing, the Griffith family has actively participated in initiatives aimed at supporting mental health, addiction recovery, and the well-being of families. These efforts, while often conducted quietly, reflect a desire to transform personal tragedy into meaningful action. Through these programs, Sam's life continues to resonate with audiences beyond his immediate family, offering a humanizing lens on the challenges that can accompany both personal ambition and familial expectation. Despite his absence, Sam Griffith is often remembered in family narratives and commemorative events. Social media posts, interviews with family members, and retrospective documentaries frequently reference him not only as Andy Griffith's son, but as an individual whose presence shaped the emotional landscape of the family. He is depicted as a figure whose struggles and achievements alike contributed to the Griffith family story, serving as a reminder that public legacy and private experience often exist in tension. This recognition underscores the broader understanding that families, no matter how publicly celebrated, encounter profound complexities and moments of vulnerability that may never reach the screen or public eye. Sam's relationship with his father was deeply formative, both emotionally and symbolically. Andy Griffith's devotion to his children was well documented, and Sam's life and struggles often highlighted the depth of that devotion. Colleagues and biographers frequently note that Andy's approach to parenting was both protective and empowering. He encouraged his children to find their own paths, to embrace personal responsibility, and to confront challenges with honesty and courage. And yet, as Sam's life unfolded, the limitations of guidance and influence became painfully clear, illustrating that love and support, no matter how steadfast, cannot shield one from life's complexities. The grief Andy experienced after Sam's passing is often cited as a defining moment in his personal narrative, shaping his perspective on family, mortality, and the enduring value of empathy and compassion. In 2026, Sam Griffith's legacy is also preserved through the stories and memories of his surviving family members, including his sister Dixie and the grandchildren who represent the family's future. While they celebrate Andy Griffith's career and the broader cultural impact of Mayberry, they also honor Sam's memory, ensuring that his life and the lessons it imparts remains an integral part of the Griffith family identity. His struggles with substance abuse and his untimely death are framed not as source of shame, but as elements of a life that was lived fully with both its triumphs and its challenges. In doing so, the family conveys a message of resilience, empathy, and the importance of confronting difficult realities with compassion and understanding. Sam Griffith's story is frequently cited in retrospectives of Andy Griffith's life as a reminder that fame and public adoration cannot insulate individuals or families from personal hardships. His life underscores the tension between public image and private reality, a tension that has defined many aspects of the Griffith family narrative. In this context, Sam is not merely remembered for the circumstances of his passing, but also for the humanity, ambition, and familial connections that marked his life. He serves as a symbol of the complexities behind the Griffith family's public image, illustrating that the enduring charm, humor, and warmth associated with Mayberry coexisted with profound personal challenges. Through advocacy, remembrance, and family storytelling, Sam's life continues to resonate in 2026, nearly 3 decades after his death. The initiatives supported by the family in his honor, coupled with the ongoing public recognition of his story, ensure that Sam Griffith remains an integral part of the Griffith legacy. He embodies a truth that transcends fame, the intersection of love, loss, and resilience that shapes family life and the enduring impact of personal stories on both private circles and public memory. His presence is felt in the values the family continues to uphold, in the support they provide to broader communities, and in the quiet acknowledgement that every life, no matter how brief, contributes to the richness and complexity of the family story. What do you think about Andy Griffith's family? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.